I know when you were growing up, we're both from Hyden here in Leslie County, and you had an interesting run-in with a gas station one time.
I did. I actually was about a month away from graduating high school, and the BP Mart was the new fancy gas station here in Hyden. It was the fanciest of all that we had. It was brand new at that point, and I was on my way to a concert that my parents A, had let me go to, and B, had let me borrow one of their cars, so I didn't have to drive my high school junker, and also gave me a gas credit card to fill up the tank. And so I had never done it before, but I set the nozzle to automatically fill up the tank, and went inside and got something to drink, and paid, and got back in the car and took off on my way to the concert, but I had forgotten to take the nozzle out of the car, and not only did it rip out the nozzle, but it ripped out the entire gas pump out of the ground at the island, and like gas was spewing up out of the ground, and they had to shut down the entire gas station for the rest of the day.
What do you do at that point?
I personally just wanted to keep on driving and never come back, but I had a gas tank behind me, or a gas pump behind me, so I couldn't. I walked in, and of course it was busy. There couldn't just be like one person there. Everyone in Hyden was there, and asked to use the phone basically. and I called home, and in all the years that I've been around, and it's probably still now, my father will never answer the phone if it rings. He will yell for mom to come pick the phone up over here. But that particular day, Dad answered the phone, and I had to say, Dad, I'm at BP, and I forgot to take the nozzle out of the car, and I've ripped down the gas pump. And he basically just hung up on me. So at that point, I was 18 years old. I thought, well, they're not going to come. They're leaving me here to deal with this myself. So, but I lied and said, oh, they'll be right here. They'll be right here. And finally, they came. But
so you're the reason that little breakaway is on.
That's right. Okay. Yeah, those were not there in the 80s.
Now, I had your niece. For the folks at home that might not know, I used to be a high school English teacher, and I had your niece in class, and she was a very talented volleyball player.
Yes, she is.
You had an interesting run-in with the volleyball game once, I know.
I did. I tried to attend most of the games, mm-hmm. and I always before just assumed that they had professional people who did the line calling and the umpire stuff.
I would think that's a safe assumption.
It's high school sports, and but I guess they were short or something one particular time, and the coach asked if I would be the line judge, and I don't know any of the rules of volleyball, but she was like, there's the line. If the ball goes over the line, then it's out. So I agreed, and I realized at that point I hadn't shaved in like 2 days. I just had on, some sweats, and I immediately started trying to suck in 50 pounds worth, of gut, because I could have cared less about the volleyball game going on. All I could see was the whole crowd. It was like I was in concert or something.
And they're staring at you, of
course. That's all I could see, is that all of them were looking at me the entire game. I don't think I called any out or in. I just tried to hold my breath the entire time and think, why didn't I shave, or why didn't I brush my hair? I told myself I should not come out looking like this, and now look what's happened. So it was a bad experience, and actually the team that my niece is on lost that game, so that did not go over well with any of her friends or her, so I was not asked to do it again.